Hello, agents. Hello, everyone. Today is April 21st, 2022. Jeff Front, DFSD Financial, AnnuityExperts.com. And today we're going to talk about something just came up, had a client, had specific needs, so we're going to jump into it. But it reminded me of the partial 1035 exchanges and certain rules and how they work. So it was kind of bouncing around in my head. So I did a bunch of research and I said, this might be the best plan. Now, remember, I'm not a tax person and I did a lot of reading. So if there's anything you see in this that is not correct, please comment and let us know. But I think we're pretty good. I've reached out to several people and read a bunch of stuff, so I think we're pretty good on what I'm about to discuss regarding the partial 1035 exchanges and using an immediate annuity in that, and also being able to access that exclusion ratio to kind of offset the tax as this income comes out. So I'm going to put my glasses on here and we're going to take a look at this situation. So combo split annuity, April. Let's just jump right into this. So it has to be a 10-year to fit this. So this is a 10-year split annuity. This client's been in fixed annuities, been in MYGA since 2006. Started with $275,000. That's the cost basis. It has grown to $509,000 since. So approximately a 3.92 yield using MYGAs over the last 16 years. So what do we do here? We're going to do a split annuity using a partial 1035 and trying to be compliant with all the IRS rules. So as I understand it, we can do a split annuity. So basic split annuity says we're going to put 30% into the SPIA and 70% into the MYGA. That will get us, I pre-price these to make sure at the end, we equal the original lump sum invested. So doing this, $359,000 into the MYGA, $150,000 into the SPIA. That SPIA will generate a monthly income guaranteed for 10 years of $1,446, of which 47.6% is excluded. The deferred side will be at an interest rate of 3.55 for all 10 years. At the end of 10 years, we will have, again, $509,893, a little bit more than we started, and it will be available and guaranteed. The cost basis on this new lump sum, though, is going to be $192,000. So we did a prorated split. So we split 70% into the MYGA, 30% into the SPIA. So we also split that cost basis in the same amount. So 30% of that cost basis right here is $82,000. Over here is 70% at $192,000. So after the 10 years, the income's over. You have received, right? There's no value in the SPIA anymore. You have received $173,000 from that SPIA. The deferred is also over. It has grown by the initial deposit of that SPIA, $150,162, and is guaranteed at that time. Again, the cost basis is $192 because that's what was left in the deferred side when we started. So I think this is compliant. I think he can do this. This is a payment starting immediately. And instead of being a fully taxable income coming out, it's 47% tax excluded. Whereas if it was all cost basis, that would be closer to like top 90% excluded. So there's your offset. So you're not getting the full exclusion, but he's still getting some exclusion to where if you would have just stripped the interest at the 3.55, all that money would have been taxable. At the end, you'll have a higher cost basis and all that. Yes. But so how did we come to this? How did I get to these examples? So, well, first let's look at the actual quotes. So here's the deferred annuity. Yeah, 355, and you can see it grows to 509. Just so you can see, I show my work here. And here's the immediate annuity. You get 17,362 a year. That's off the 1446 a month. And at the end, you have $173,000 return. So that's it. It's very simple, clean. Here's some disclosures. Pause the screen if you want to see it. And we're going to dip into, now I'm going to jump into, let's exit the screen. And Nationwide did a really great review of this partial 1035 exchange. So we're going to look at it. It's a little smaller than I want it to be. So let me pull up the size here a little. There we go. We'll bring it up to bigger. Okay, great. So this was authored by Thomas H. Duncan. Thank you, Thomas, for doing this. I don't know you. I'll reach out to LinkedIn recently and to talk to you. I will do that. But he did a really great job here in laying this partial 1035 exchange out. And I'm just going to jump right down to the section 3 that pertains to what we're working with here. And this says change 3. This is a change from the original partial 1035 rules. So there's an original rules. You can dive into that later. But we're just going to work on the IRS how they clarify things. So this says under the partial exchange of deferred annuities into immediate annuities are now permitted. So it's permitted. I guess they weren't permitted for the prior to the ruling. IRS did not issue definitive guidance, so they didn't really say what happens if you put this into an immediate annuity. Here's the new guidance specifies that if the first annuity payment is received within 180 days, which is the qualification period for the partial 1035 before you can really take any money out, before they're going to combine all those cost basis again and make you pay the whole, interest, pay you all the taxes on that gain. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. 180 days exchange. The annuity payment will no longer be aggregated as long as the payment is life-based or term certain of 10 years or longer, which is what we're doing on that split annuity. So you can't do a 5-year split annuity, you wouldn't be compliant. Then that exclusion ratio would lower, much lower, because they'll consider that whole 270 of that going in taxable. So that's the difference there. Please note that the 10% penalty for premature distributions does still apply, right? So if you're under 59 and a half, unless it's a life expectancy. So this client was over age 60, no problem. So keeping it clean, age 60. So this is where I got the information, number one. So then I jumped to other sources to make sure what I was doing right. So we saw the tax advisor website, and again, went through the changes. So the 12-month period, which used to be in the original partial 1035s, was reduced to 180 days. So that's irrelevant to what we're doing. Requiring conditions to be met, similar life events has been eliminated. So they had certain rules that were eliminated, but this is the part that pertains to the split annuity. And what it says here is limitations on amounts withdrawn or received under an annuity contract involved in a partial exchange do not apply to amounts received as an annuity for 10 years or more during the or life. So 10 years or more or life. So again, it gives us the life contingency or life. So, and again, we looked here, the original rule from 2008 was a 12-month extension. And that was, of course, if we click here, we can see where section 9 of the revised rule in 2011 changed that, clicking on the wrong screen here. So it changed that to 180 days. And the third thing they did here, third, is the elimination of amount withdrawn or received under an annuity contract. Partial exchange do not apply for the amounts for periods of 10 years or longer or life. So that's the second place. I also called an insurance company and asked, hey, if I partial 2 things into you and one goes into your SPIA, one goes into your FERD, and they start taking the SPIA right, they said it's fine. So that's 3 resources I have to triple check this work, right? So it's all there. I'm going to have links to all these IRS PDFs and websites in the description to this video if you want to look at it in more detail. I did want to touch on one other thing, and that would be the rule of 1035 exchanges when you go into one contract, one company within the same year. So this section provides that all annuity contracts issued by the same company in the same policy year during any are treated as a single annuity for contract purposes. So it's a serial annuity, and those two combine again. So doing this split annuity, you want to use 2 companies, I think, just to keep it from having the serial annuity issue pop up. So what we do is we use, that MYGA was with one company and that SPIA was with a separate company. And I think in the ultimate end, if you want to just be totally protected, you can do a split annuity like this and just wait 6 months to pull the trigger on the immediate annuity. And you don't have to worry about any of these exclusions or rules or anything like that. And maybe do a 9-month, 5-year immediate and just defer 6 months. But I really think we're good on this. I think what we've seen here and what I've read and after checking with companies and talking to agents and other people that have worked at insurance companies, it turns out that it looks like we can do these partial 1035 exchanges and offset the tax liability on the higher earning years. So in 10 years, this client, who happened to be, I think, 63 or 65, is going to be 75. So maybe when they go ahead and do that SPIA or whatever they want to do at the end of that deferred annuity, we have all that information. So in the end, I'm just trying to show that, take an extra few minutes, think it through, do a little planning. Hey, don't just tell the client, yeah, you want it, but it's fully taxable. Yeah, you can get income out of these annuities. Let's get a little creative. Let's do some work. Even if we have to go back and forth and get letters from the companies to make sure what we're doing is 100% allowed. let's do it. So anyway, in this case, I think we found a way to take a person with a decent gain in an annuity, split it out, get them income, as well as some tax advantage from that income, less taxable income, all that. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, like, subscribe. You don't have to subscribe, just like it. And I don't need subscriptions. What I need is agents appointed. So if you like my stuff, I don't need to subscribe to my YouTube channel or like it or whatever. I need you to, do the business. Like it, get appointed, come to us for some case design. Be happy to work with you. Get you all paid up on commission and all that good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Please comment if there's anything wrong on this video. Please, please, please. Thank you. Yes, if you're still listening, we have a 3.7% for 5 coming out May 1st with an A-rated carrier. Stay tuned.